The Iran regime is cruel, but then the Netanyahu regime, let me call it regime, not the Netanyahu government. The Netanyahu regime is 10 times, 100 times crueler. US Navy is killing 3 Indian sailors for, what shall I say, reasons absolutely wrong. And I had explained it last time, I believe. Well, Trump said it's a great loss, we shall work together. But then neither the media nor Prime Minister Modi asked him what does he mean by we shall work together. This one is very carefully drafted. And I went through it, and it is my view that it was drafted mostly in Tehran.
Oh, okay.
And basically, President Trump had to sign on the dotted line. Now,
Yes.
the question is, many people say that, the IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, they are invincible. Okay, now let us dig deeper. Why are they invincible? If President Trump has decided, and if he can stick to his decision, then Netanyahu will have to fall in line.
Hello and welcome to World Report. I'm Jash Hirani. Two major geopolitical developments have unfolded in recent days. First, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Donald Trump held a bilateral meeting on the sidelines of the G7 summit. The two leaders discussed a wide range of critical issues, including peace and stability in the Gulf region, reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, progress on the India-US trade deal, and the deaths of 3 Indian seafarers during the recent American military strikes in the Gulf of Oman. The meeting was particularly significant as it marked the first in-person interaction between the two leaders in 16 months, following a period of considerable turbulence in India-US relations after President Donald Trump returned to the White House. The second major development was the signing of the 14-point peace memorandum between the US and Iran, bringing an end to the months of escalating tensions and military confrontations that began on Feb 28. The conflict had disrupted global trade routes and led both countries to impose naval blockades in the strategically vital the Strait of Hormuz. To help understand the implications of these developments, we are joined by one of India's most distinguished diplomats. Joining us today is former Indian ambassador to Qatar and Italy, Mr. KP Fabian. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining in for this conversation, sir. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Donald Trump met on the sidelines of the G7 summit. Sir, your first thoughts on this meeting, sir?
Well, it was good and important that they met, but it appears that they had a brief meeting and they, between the two, and a longer meeting with the press. So we are privy only to what happened with the press, which he also must have seen. Now, the key questions are, what is going to happen to the trade deal? Well, we shall know only when the USTR, trade representative, comes. He is expected to come shortly. There is a lot of praise for Prime Minister Modi. Well, that also is welcome. But, words should be followed by deeds. And Trump has a habit of praising even those he wants to, what shall I say, deal with in a manner which can be quite stiff. For example, he said, about Netanyahu, he's good, he's great. But then he added, sometimes he gets it wrong.
Yes.
So let us let us be adults and stop taking the praise from Donald Trump too seriously. And as regards the US Navy is killing 3 Indian sailors for, what shall I say, reasons absolutely wrong. And I had explained it last time, I believe. Well, Trump said it's a great loss, we shall work together. But then neither the media nor Prime Minister Modi asked him, what does he mean by we shall work together? Did he mean that there will be a proper investigation and that will be shared with India? No. So that was a Trumpian style, and there was not a very alert and intelligent media to sort of, get clear answers from him.
Sir, you discussed the praising part, sir. There were some praises that Donald Trump heaped on our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He said that he's a tough negotiator, he's a killer, beautiful looking man. He said as long as he, that is Prime Minister Modi, is the leader, India will play a role in West Asia. He said that if India is attacked and he, that is Prime Minister Modi, is the leader, we will help them. If someone else is the leader, then he said, I don't know. So such praises that such remarks he made at the bilateral meeting. I want to ask a question on that, sir. He previously said that he can destroy Modi's career, and then he made certain remarks which domestically Prime Minister Modi faced a lot of criticisms. So do you think that he's making up for that and now he's trying to save Narendra Modi's career, or is that something happening like that, sir?
No, first of all, let us disabuse ourselves of the notion that Trump can make or break Modi's career. I mean, the fact of the matter is, you may not agree with Modi, I may not agree with Modi, but the fact of the matter is he is extremely popular. And he has given political stability to India for so many years, not because of any courtesy or help from President Donald Trump. India is a, self-dependent, self-regulating democracy.
Sir, one more thing that Donald Trump said in the meeting that is not much highlighted by anybody, sir. He said that he stopped 8 wars. And if we break down those 8 wars, he stopped 8 wars. He stopped 8 wars. He said in front of Prime Minister Modi. And in those 8 wars, there is also the India-Pakistan conflict that we had last year, sir. Do you think that should have been disputed right there at the bilateral summit?
No, I don't think we should have disputed that because, I don't know whether I have mentioned it to you. We need to spend a little time with what I call Trumpology.
Yes, sir. I have seen that episode, sir.
Yeah, discipline to understand Trump.
Yes.
Now let's go back to Sindhu. You see, what happened was that India struck so hard that at one point of time, Pakistan asked United States, Uncle, what shall I do now?
Yes.
And the uncle said, you asked for ceasefire. And Pakistan asked for ceasefire. So the correct thing would have been two things. One, Pakistan asked for ceasefire around 3:30 in the afternoon. The DGMO called his counterpart. Precisely then, MEA should have come out with a statement. Pakistan has asked for ceasefire. We are considering it.
Yes.
After all, it cannot be accepted immediately by the Indian DGMO. It has to go up. Then it has to come down. But it would have been most appropriate for the MEA to come out with that statement that Pakistan DGMO has asked for a ceasefire. Now, MEA didn't do it. Well, President and Pakistan was constantly keeping Trump informed. You know what I mean? And later, Indian DGMO informed the Pakistani DGMO that the ceasefire is accepted. And a little later, if I remember right, the foreign secretary came and told the media. But by the time Trump had already woken up and he saw his messages from Pakistan saying that Pakistan proposed, India has accepted. And Trump said that, yes, he was the first to announce. Remember?
Yes.
He was the first to announce to the whole world that there was a ceasefire. And then he claimed that he had mediated it. Now, the correct thing for India to have done is, one, at the level of the official spokesperson of the MEA, we should have said there was no mediation in this case. Don't even refer to Trump. Mediation happens only when A and B, the two belligerents, ask C, a mediator, to mediate. Now, India did not ask. Simple. Don't even refer to President Trump. Okay. Second thing is that Prime Minister Modi should have phoned up President Trump. Thank you for asking Pakistan to ask for a ceasefire. We appreciate that. That would have been good diplomacy. You see, instead of that, what did we do? Our External Affairs Minister went on contradicting Trump umpteen times that America had nothing to do with it. And he did that even when he was in Washington to expedite our trade deal and other things. He sort of spoke to the Newsweek guy, he's an Indian by name, and said, American administration had nothing to do with it. Is that diplomacy? You want something from America, and then you go on telling the whole world they had nothing to do with it. So Indian diplomacy could have been better.
Yes. Sir, on the killing of 3 Indian sailors, sir, do you think that it could have been said more emphatically to Trump that we can't tolerate such a behavior from the US? And I personally thought that PM should have been more strong in his statements there on those lines.
First of all, we do not know what exactly he might have told him when the two of them were together. But Prime Minister Modi is speaking out on it at the G7, and then later, as we all heard, at the press, along with Trump, I personally consider it was correct and appropriate, because let's get it right. We took it up at the embassy level by summoning the CDA. We took it up at the ministerial level by Jaishankar speaking to Marco Rubio. Then we took it up at the summit level. Now, whatever Trump says, can we get back those 2 or 3 sailors back to life? No.
Yes.
The only thing is that we expected, and we had every right to expect, the Americans to say, sorry, our condolences to the bereaved families. We shall make an investigation and let you know. Now, they did not have the good manners to do that. But we have taken it up at the highest level. Now we should leave it. And we should move on. You know what I mean? So that is what Prime Minister Modi is doing. And I think that's the correct thing.
Sir, while there were a lot of praises from Donald Trump's side, a development came a few days before, sir. The US, which was called the US Indo-Pacific Command, the White House removed the Indo part. And they named it as the Pacific Command, sir. Sir, do you think it's a concern? And they displayed a wrong map of India also. So while there were praises, this is something that the US has done few days back.
I've not seen the wrong map of India. Why do you say it was the wrong map? What was wrong with it?
There was Kashmir was the Pakistan occupied Kashmir was not the part of India, and Aksai Chin was also not shown as the part of India, sir.
I see. Well, it could be either a clerical mistake, oversight, or it could be deliberate about the map.
Yes.
And I take it that our people would have taken it up. But as regards the appellation Indo-Pacific and Pacific, let's get it right. It was the Japanese Prime Minister Abe who coined the phrase Indo-Pacific. You can check it out when. It was sometime in this century. Otherwise, there is the Indian Ocean, there is the Pacific Ocean. You know what I mean? And naturally, the two oceans are connected. They are linked. So I don't think we should attach much importance to that.
Sir, I think even previously also the same United States changed it from Indo-Pacific to Asia-Pacific, and they then again switched to Indo-Pacific. So is this
Yes.
some kind of posturing or something that the US is trying to showcase, sir?
No, my view is that whether it be posturing or not, it is better that we just ignore and don't take it up as an issue.
Mm-hmm.
A rose is a rose is a rose. Whatever name you call it. Who said it? You know that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Shakespeare. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Sir, now a freshly signed MoU, sir, 14-point memorandum of understanding, a peace MoU between US and Iran was signed, sir. Sir, two tweets I want to read in front of you, sir. One was written in 2013. I will tell you who has written that tweet, sir. The first tweet says that what a rotten deal we have made with Iran. We get nothing except laughter at our stupidity. They get everything, including delay and big cash. This was said by Donald Trump himself, sir. In 2020 also he had wrote a tweet, sir. Iran never won a war but never lost a negotiation, sir. Do you think his own words are now describing his own actions as far as we see this MoU being signed, sir, between the two nations? Because there are a lot of things that US is giving, but I can't see many things. I can't see much that US is getting in return, sir, when I see the 14-point plan.
Well, I have a slightly different point of view, and let me make a few points. One is that if you read the MoU, you will notice it is not written by the person who writes who puts up those posts on Truth Social, whether
Yes.
it is President Trump or someone on his behalf, because you find in those posts, quite often there is considerable cruelty to the English language.
Yes.
But this one is very carefully drafted. And I went through it, and it is my view that it was drafted mostly in Tehran.
Oh, okay.
And basically, President Trump had to sign on the dotted line. Now, let me draw your attention to paragraph or point 7. Let me just read it out. Let us look at it together. 7.
Yes.
The United States of America undertakes to terminate all types of sanctions against the Islamic Republic of Iran, including the United Nations Security Council resolutions,
Yes.
IAEA Board of Governors resolutions, and all unilateral US sanctions, primary and secondary, in an agreed upon schedule as part of the final deal. The Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States of America acknowledge the critical importance of the sanctions termination issue above mentioned and express their intentions to immediately address these issues in the negotiations in order to achieve mutual agreement on them.
Yes.
Look at, fairly complicated, but grammatically correct and diplomatically superb language. I don't think Witkoff
Or
could have
Kushner.
written it. I don't think Jared Kushner could have written it. And I don't think Trump could have written it. So who wrote it? Probably
Tehran.
the Iranian foreign minister. I think he has a doctorate
Abbas
from... yeah. Okay. So that is one thing. That is, let me repeat. Trump signed on the dotted line. Again, let's understand. Trump was playing poker. Iran was playing chess.
Yes.
It was an asymmetrical war, which Trump was destined to lose. Because let us look at his options. He can resume the war, bombing.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, he did do that. the story about that Apache helicopter. I think we discussed it last time, didn't we?
Yes, yes, sir. They shot down the Apache helicopter.
No, they didn't shoot it down. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
They have denied shooting it down, and it is possible that a drone hit it. But if IRGC had shot it down, they would have gone to town boasting about it. Did they?
Yes.
They didn't.
No, they didn't.
And if they had shot it down, they would have tried to capture the crew. Did they?
Yes.
No. Trump was able to, the Pentagon was able to send a drone boat, and 2 hours later, they were rescued.
Yes.
In other words, from what we know in the public domain, and Iran has denied that it had done anything to targeted it. So Trump knew all this, but despite that, he wanted to make use of it as an excuse to hit Iran for 2 days. Now, why did he do that? He escalated in order to de-escalate.
To de-escalate, yes.
And then, he sort of said, we are negotiating. Our negotiations are continuing.
Parallel negotiations.
He said that, this the third day's attack was stopped 1 hour before.
Because Pakistan said so. That's why we are stopping, he said.
Yeah, things like that. Things like that. Okay. So what we have to understand is that Trump came to the conclusion that he had no options but to settle it diplomatically, because he couldn't have started the war and then on the 4th of July, while he is showing everyone the $250 bill with his face on it, where a bodyguard comes.
Yes.
Or an Apache helicopter gets shot down. Okay. Then now again look at it. Suppose he resumes the war after the 4th of July. Then Iran has the ability, the wherewithal to withstand it till the midterms in November.
Yes. November, yes.
So he will meet with Waterloo.
War of attrition, sir.
Yeah. And now I compliment President Trump for correcting his error. You see, it is to err is human. But not every human being is willing or able to correct himself or herself. And Trump did it. I salute him. You see? And another thing is that, you should see the contradictions between public statements made by United States and the content of the 14 point. Marco Rubio said how many times that the enriched uranium will be brought to the United States.
Yes.
And what does the MoU say? It says it will be downblended in Iran in the presence of the IAEA.
Yes.
It doesn't even say that America will be present. Well, IAEA inspectors may include an American, that or may not. That's not the point.
American as an entity will not be present there.
Yeah. Okay. Second, Marco Rubio was saying that there is no question of giving them any money, and this even Trump said, this story of 300 billion is false, fake news.
Fake news, yes.
But it's there in the MoU. You've seen it, haven't you?
Yes, sir. Okay. It's there, sir.
So what I'm trying to say that whatever President of the United States or his Secretary of State or his Secretary for War tells us, we have to take it with pinch of salt.
Pinch of salt.
We cannot trust them. We have to apply our mind.
Yes.
So basically, now the question is whether Netanyahu will be the fly in the ointment. Well, many people say that, he has also, Netanyahu said that Israel has the right to defend itself. What does it mean? It means, it can bomb any building in Lebanon just because it suspects that a Hezbollah guy was already in it or was about to be in it or was planning to come there. You know what I mean? the ridiculous
Yes.
extent to which Netanyahu goes in conducting his cruel operations, because he's killing only civilians, he's
Yes.
killing only women and children. And also in Lebanon, and they did it in Gaza too. They carry out a bombing, and then other people come. The first respondents come to help those who have been injured. They carry out another bombing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That is the Israeli style. Now, thank God, Netanyahu has been shown his place. And you know, the word Netanyahu means the gift of God.
Oh.
It's a Polish. He had a Polish. His origins are Polish, but that name was difficult for English-speaking people. Then it was changed deliberately to Netanyahu, which means the gift of God. Well, I don't know if it's a gift. And in any case, I wouldn't say it's a curse of God, because God never curses.
God never
Curse
curses.
comes only from, I don't know. I don't want to carry this logic further. You know. Now, the question is, many people say that, you know, the IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, they are invincible. Okay, now let us dig deeper. Why are they invincible? They are invincible because the American military gives them arms, gives them the technology, and America gives Israel the diplomatic protection. Now remove that. Does the IDF remain still invincible? No. Okay. In other words, if President Trump has decided, and if he can stick to his decision, then Netanyahu will have to fall in line. Now, I agree it is not in the interest of Netanyahu, because the corruption proceedings against him will resume, and he might have to go to jail. But it is my view that it is better to have one person in jail rather than another, 2,000-3,000 human beings killed.
Yes,
Don't forget, people say that the Iranian regime has killed 6,000, 7,000 Iranians in December, January. Now, I don't approve of it. It's wrong to kill human beings.
Yes.
But let me compare. How many has Netanyahu killed in Gaza? More than 70,000?
More than 70,000.
More than two-thirds women and children?
Yes.
Are they Hamas militants?
Yes.
Okay. And this war in Iran, well, about 3,600. And in Lebanon, a similar figure. You just total it up.
Yes.
So I agree that the Iran regime is cruel. But then the Netanyahu regime, let me call it regime, not the Netanyahu government. The Netanyahu regime is 10 times, 100 times crueler. We cannot approve of either. Okay? So it's a very good thing. And then let's look at what is good for India. For a change, let's be a little selfish. Let's look at it from the Indian point of view. We go back to Chabahar.
Yes.
Where we have spent more than $610 million. For how many years? You can calculate.
Yes.
Okay? Also, we go back to the International North-South Corridor.
Yes, sir. INSTC.
And we can buy oil from Iran.
Yes.
The oil prices will come down.
Yes.
See, our oil burden, as the bureaucrats say. I think we talked last time. Why do they call it burden? It's not a burden. And anyway, sorry, fertilizer burden. Fertilizer burden. It was going to double. When we give fertilizer at a lower price to the farmers, we are not giving them any charity, because they make food for all of us. Anyway, so For India, it's a big thing. And let me also tell you, once Iran sanctions are removed and Iranian oil and LNG are exported, Iran's economy will flourish. And that 300 billion which Trump talked about, he had clarified it is not money from the American taxpayer. It is the money which companies will invest. And why will they invest? They will invest because if Iran's economy is growing, then it is a most attractive place to invest. And there is a lot of work. The bridges destroyed, the roads destroyed, the
Reconstruction
schools
of
destroyed, the hospitals destroyed. You know what I mean?
yes,
So 300 billion, that's a good amount,
yes,
And now one more point. Trump has been saying that, Obama sent plane loads of currency notes. Remember?
to Iran.
Yeah.
While
The
signing the
contract.
JCPOA.
Yeah. Now, he is completely wrong historically. He's completely wrong because some currency notes were sent, about 400 million. Let me give you the background. Way back when Shah was in power, Iran had paid to America $400 million for buying weapons. In the 60s and the 70s, Iran was one of the top, if not the top, buyer of weapons. Then, in 1979, after the revolution, when the Iranian Prime Minister went to Algeria, the capital is Alger. Algeria was celebrating 25th anniversary of its liberation. You see? And Brzezinski, the national security advisor of President Carter, he also went there. He didn't go there because he wanted to celebrate Algeria's liberation. He went there to meet the Iranian Prime Minister.
Yes.
And he called on him. And Brzezinski said, look, the money paid by the Shah, we can send you the weapons, no problem. Then he said, very important, he said, well, Iran and the United States should work together to counter Soviet expansionism. Remember, during the Second World War, Stalin had captured some Persian territory. Then the Iranians very smartly again played chess and they got it back. They wrote an agreement, agreed to an agreement with the Stalin, but there was a clause that this agreement had to be ratified by the Iranian parliament. Well, after that agreement was signed, there was a new election and the new Iranian parliament refused to ratify it. Well, by the time, Truman and others were there and they were there to support Iran. So Iran outwitted Stalin.
Yes.
Okay. So, to go back, when Brzezinski and the Iranian Prime Minister agreed on all that, the Iranian Prime Minister heard over the radio that Carter had decided to give political asylum to the Shah. That was against the advice of his Secretary of State. That was against the advice of his ambassador or the embassy in Tehran. But Henry Kissinger and Nelson Rockefeller, they pushed Carter and he did that. And then when they heard it over the radio, the Iranian Prime Minister said, give us the Shah back. Give us the Shah back. And Brzezinski said, no, my president has taken a decision and it cannot be revoked. He is our honorable friend, the Shah. So the conversation collapsed. I tell you, within 48 hours, militants, mainly students, took over the American embassy. Not because the government of Iran asked them, not because Ayatollah Khomeini asked them. No,
Yeah.
they just did it on their own. And the government of the day was unable, not unwilling, but unable to send their police force and disarm the militants. And you know what they did? They made a special arrangement for the US CDA to come to the Foreign Office, accommodated him nicely so that he could speak to Washington on the phone. Remember, there was no cell phone at that time.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, then the sanctions followed. Then Carter tried to send an expedition, which was a disaster. Then Iranians were approached by the candidate Reagan's team. And minutes after Reagan was installed, the hostages were released and Algeria negotiated it. And as part of that negotiation, America was supposed to pay back that 400 million plus interest and all that to Iran. They didn't do that because in the American system, the left hand doesn't know what the right hand does. To make a payment in dollars, you need so many approvals. And then Iran had to take it to court. And there was a tribunal at The Hague, Iran-US tribunal. And the tribunal decreed that the payment should be made, and it was 400 million plus the interest charges 1.3 billion. Now, why did Obama pay that? Not in connection with the JCPOA. At that time, Iran was holding some Americans in detention. And when Obama wanted them to be released, Iran said, yeah, we can look at that, but you better pay this first. And that is when. And why did he have to send currency notes? Because the existing regulations did not permit sending dollars to Iran. So he had to send, I think, French francs or something like that. But it had nothing to do with the 2015. Now, Trump simplifies historical events and he invents a story which has no factual basis, but then his people believe it.
Yes.
Who has the time and patience to dig into history? History is most unfashionable. It's boring, isn't it?
For Trump, obviously, sir. Sir, you mentioned an episode when the students in Tehran marched to the American embassy and they get out the embassy. There is a movie on that, sir. It's called Argo. You should watch the film, sir. It's a beautiful film. Then the Americans had sent a delegation in the form of a film crew, sir. And then they evacuated all those diplomats from Tehran and then they left from the country. So
Beautiful.
that's a movie. Sir, my next question, sir. Who do you think has conceded more, sir? Obama in the JCPOA or Trump in the, shall I call, Treaty of Versailles?
Now, let's get it right. Trump wanted this MoU to be signed on his birthday, that was Sunday. Iran refused. Then Pakistan pleaded and Iran agreed to sign it the same digitally. And who signed on behalf of America? I think Trump and Vance.
Yes.
And who signed on behalf of Iran? The parliament speaker.
Masood Pezeshkian, sir.
Eh?
Or Ghalibaf. Was it Pezeshkian or Ghalibaf, sir? I think it was Ghalibaf, sir.
Okay, anyway.
No, sorry. I think it was Masood Pezeshkian, sir.
Pezeshkian,
Because his photos were getting viral on Twitter. Okay, sir, continue.
That's a good. But then Trump wanted the physical ceremony very early, but finally he concluded with a Versailles palace where he signs it. And as you saw the television, Marco Rubio was acting like a office assistant bringing the document, taking the signature, signed one document and getting the other. Now it's like this. It was signed in English and in Persian. Okay?
Yes.
And the final
People
paragraph
were
says,
people were zooming onto the document that Trump was signing, and they were saying it's in Farsi, it's Persian.
yeah.
Yes.
Persian, Farsi and Persian are the same. Now, what is beautiful is that the last paragraph says that the final agreement should be endorsed by the United Nations Security Council.
Yes, sir. Last point, 14 points.
That is why I said it was drafted in Tehran. That is why I said Trump was made to sign on the dotted line. But once again, I admire, I congratulate Trump for his ability and willingness to correct a mistake made, which I'm sorry to say is not a very common trait among Homo sapiens.
Yes, sir. Sir, my last question, sir, and it's a little off the topic, sir. Pakistan is deploying submarines in the Bay of Bengal, sir. Pakistan is planning to deploy submarines in the Bay of Bengal. So on the west of Bay of Bengal, we are planning a Great Nicobar project also, sir, citing security concerns and those reasons. So how do we see this, sir? Isn't it concerning for us in the Bay of Bengal after 1971, Pakistani submarine is planning to come?
Okay. Now let's look at the big picture. Let me ask you, has India done anything to develop and promote a constituency in Pakistan which wants better relations with India? Tell me yes or no.
No.
Okay. We have said that blood and water cannot flow together.
Yes.
Therefore, the Indus Water Treaty is kept in abeyance. Now, does it promote a constituency in Pakistan that wants better relations with India?
Oh, sir.
Who suffers if water doesn't reach them? The farmers, the ordinary people, not the field marshal, not the prime minister.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
It is the ordinary people who will suffer. So, do you think we are not? And secondly, we don't give visa to Pakistanis. Is it not better to give them visa so that let thousands of them come and see the great progress which India has made as compared to Pakistan? Let them go back and tell, if one person comes here, he or she will speak to 25 others. Correct?
Yes, word of mouth.
Then again, a constituency which wants better relations with India. Then you take business. Isn't it cheaper to get things through the border rather than to Dubai?
Yes, sir. Wagah border is better.
Okay. So what happened? We have been bothered. And then, as you know, decisions on relations with India in Pakistan are made primarily by the military. Has India any communication with the military?
No, sir.
And we get so worked up when Trump invites the field marshal for a White House lunch. But the point is, Trump knows that this is a guy who holds power in Pakistan. So he is talking to that guy. Diplomacy is speaking to those who are in office, who can take decisions. Not saying, oh, I don't like his face, I won't talk to him. Or saying that, he had said something 5 years ago, which was nasty. So I remember, did we discuss this?
Yes, sir. In our last conversation, we had discussion.
Advisor to the Bangladesh Prime Minister.
You discussed it on your yesterday's show, sir. I saw it.
You saw it. So look at that. Don't do that. This is not the way how things should be handled. We have to do it with a certain maturity, with a certain calmness. What does the Bhagavad Gita say? If you are angry, then your memory gets disturbed. Correct? Next stage is if your memory gets disturbed, your judgment gets disturbed. The last is ruin. So let us remain calm.
Yes.
After all, that is the Indian tradition. Calm consideration.
Yes.
Looking at all the options objectively and with goodwill for all. Not focusing, I'll finish off this guy, I'll finish off that guy. No. I mean, if anyone exports terrorism to India, that of course has to be handled as the government has done. There's no question of, taking it easy. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't talk to them. And when you talk, when I say you should talk, I mean talk firmly.
Yes.
I will. Next interview, I'll give you an example when I had spoken firmly and resolved certain things. Okay?
Yes. Sir, I had read this analysis, such analysis in a book called The Spy Chronicles. I had sent you an excerpt also, sir, on that, called The Spy Chronicles. So it's it's discussed in a way that a little confrontational mode with Pakistan is the Dover Doctrine, and little talks, diplomacy is kind of a Dulat Doctrine, sir. So I think we are currently pursuing the Dover Doctrine. I think so.
Well, I don't want to give any names. All that I would say is that good diplomacy is taking care of your interests in a manner which delivers. Not in a manner which causes more terrorist attacks. Balakot did not put an end to terrorism.
Yes.
Correct?
Pulwama also.
So obviously, you have to. As I said, you may have to respond militarily, but that should not be the only response.
Yes. Talks should be there with Pakistan, is what you are saying, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in for this conversation, sir. It was a pleasure talking to you. And do watch KP Fabian sir's show, The Diplomat. And he puts his years of experience into that show and gives amazing insights on the events that happens across the world. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, and also ask your listeners if they have any questions, they can email them to you. And you will let them.
I'll put your email on the video, sir, and in the description also. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.